Okay, guys, so in your discovery where you were composing shapes, we learned that our small square is 1 square unit, okay? And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we use this set of tangrams to try and figure out what the area is of some of these and how they compare to each other. So we're going to compose, we're going to decompose, and we're going to rearrange, basically, all right? So I've got 1 on our square unit so that you can follow along with me. This was what we had decided earlier was the 1 square unit. All right, so now I have to complete each statement and explain my reasoning. The area of the small triangle is blank square units. Well, I can't just guess at it. I have to take my small triangles and I have to see how they fit in this rectangle, the square. So I see the way that they fit is maybe if I turn them just so, they fit perfectly, right? There's nothing overlapping. It's just a perfect fit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show this to you on a different color so you can see what I got going on here. All right. So I've got my 2 small triangles that fit into 1 square. Okay. But it says here 1 small triangle. So what is the area of the small triangle? Well, the area is just half square unit, right? Half square unit, because it's just half of the 1 unit, right? So I know this because the 2 small triangles can be put together to make the square. And so that the square has an area of 1 square unit. And because when you compose this shape, it matches the unit exactly, right? And that means that area would be exactly the same. They would be equal. So that would make the 1 small triangle a half a square unit. So let me go ahead and write that down for us. Okay, so I've got all of that written down, and that would be a way that you would turn around and write your answers, okay? You can make it shorter than that, obviously, but that is very clear, all right? So now we have to answer the next question. The area of the medium triangle, which is this one. This is the medium triangle that I pulled out of our packet. The area of the medium triangle is blank square units, okay? So now what I need to do is I need to see how I can measure this with the square. Well, okay, I can't. I know I can't, but I can do it with other triangles, okay? So I know that this is the same as this. It has the same area. It's equal to 1. So I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to use this as my 1 instead, okay? So then what I am going to do at that point is I am going to look and see how I could get these to fit together. And there you go. So that's how I fit that together. So I see that the area of the medium triangle is 1 square unit. Okay, and how do I know that? Well, I just showed you. The way that you know it is that the 2 small triangles, they were put together. Okay, we could put them together to make the 1 medium triangle. The 2 triangles can also be put together to make a square. That's how I decomposed that square. I pulled those apart. All right, so let's go ahead and get this written down. Okay, so I wrote that down, so you can see how you would want to answer that question. But I've shown you all of it, the 2 small triangles that were on the square. They make exactly 1 square unit. They can be rearranged, right? They can be rearranged from looking like this to going to that medium triangle. All right, so now we have the last question. And the last question is, the area of the large triangle is blank square units. And I know this because how? Okay, so this is our large triangle. All right, so we don't need to even talk about those yet. We're just going to get those out of the way. All right, we know, again, that our 2 right there is 1 square unit, right? We know that that is 1 square unit. So let's go ahead and, again, we're moving that square out of the way. We're going to just try and work with all of our triangles again, all right? So let's see, what do I have here? I have my triangle here, and let's rearrange all of our parts. Let's rearrange these and see what we can do about figuring out how we can compose this one big triangle. Let's put our pieces together and see what we get. Yep, looks like we got it. Okay, so I see, and you hopefully see all of this too, right? So what I've just done is I've got my large triangle, and I put my medium triangle on it, and then I was rearranging my smaller triangles, and I fit them just so that we can get that large triangle copied. All right, so what do we know about this? We know that the medium triangle is 1 square unit. We know that those 2 small together was that 1 square unit. So the area of the large triangle is 2 square units. I mean, honestly, guys, if I had another medium triangle like this one, I could say, yep, there we go. We've got the 2 units here, right? So we could fit 2 mediums, that would work. Or if I had 4 of these little ones, that would work too, right? I could put my 4 together. So I could put my 4 small triangles together if I had 4 of them. So if you guys had 2 sets of tangrams, you would be able to do this, right? Okay, so, and I know that each one of these sets is 1 unit, 1 unit. So therefore, the area of the large triangle is 2 square units. And I know this because I can rearrange my triangles to measure that out based on what I already know. Let me write that down for us. Okay, so I've written all of this down for you, but I wanted to make sure that I talked about using the word decompose also, so that when you see this throughout this unit, you'll understand that word also. So decompose just means to break apart. All right, so I'm going to break apart my 2 medium triangles. I'm going to decompose them, and that's how I got that 1, right? So I wrote also here that I could decompose one of those mediums into the 2 small triangles, right? 2 small triangles and 1 medium triangle, 2 medium triangles. And you know, it's interesting because all of it started out as that 1 square unit that we knew the value of. We knew that area. So knowing the area of something can help us compose, rearrange, and decompose to get the areas of other shapes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and keep practicing with this, and this is kind of what our unit is going to continue to be, is all about areas, and I think you guys are going to have some fun with this, and we're going to get to use some of the tanagrams and some of the virtual ones so that we can practice and understand how to use area in everyday life.